Hey, how's everyone doing? It's Griffin here, and I hope you're all having a really great day. Now, I haven't posted in about a week just because I've been so busy with school. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually finishing up my bachelor's degree in mid August. So, needless to say, I'm just crazy tied up between working full time, doing FBA full time, and also pretty much school full time because I have 4 courses. But I'm back with another video that has been highly requested on my Instagram. So I've actually been promoting my Amazon FBA business a lot on my Instagram. And a lot of people have messaged me, DM'd me asking how much they should expect to spend if they want to launch their first product on Amazon. So instead of going case by case with people, I decided just to make a really good summary of what you should expect in terms of costs and expenses for an Amazon FBA business, especially for your first product. About 3-4 months ago, I did make a video about this subject where I broke down the different costs associated with launching a product, but I decided to do another one where I go a lot more in depth. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 3 major categories of expenses that you're going to encounter when launching a product on Amazon FBA. And yeah, those categories are the actual product costs themselves that have multiple different subcategories, then your advertising costs, and then also the tools that you're going to need for doing product research and things like that. All right, so I do have a lot of material to cover in this video, but I'm going to try and condense it as much as possible so we can go through it quickly. So the first category is the tools that you need. And if you've seen my other product research videos, you'll see that I don't actually use that many tools whatsoever. I really only recommend about 3-4 of them, and only one right now is a paid tool, and that is the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. Really all you need is the light version. It's $97, and this, what it allows you to do is you can go on an Amazon product niche and run the numbers to see every single listing, how much it's doing in revenues per month, how many reviews it has, and etc. So that is absolutely essential to do proper product research. I do have a couple other videos on my channel that talks about how I use that and how I go about finding good products. And just a parenthesis here, I don't recommend using the Jungle Scout web tool because I'm seeing more and more a lot of people, especially with their first products, are launching the same exact product based on the same criteria as tons of other sellers at the same time, saturating a market niche and basically making your product go downhill. The third tool that I've been using a lot recently is called FeedbackWiz, and it's an automated email responder for people who buy or interact with your products on Amazon. It's $15 a month, isn't 100% necessary for your first product, but it definitely helps with getting initial reviews in a safe way for Amazon. And for those of you who don't know, a successful product listing on Amazon usually has quite a few reviews because people buy based on reviews online. So that's definitely a cost that you should probably look into. And then just a little bonus here, 2 free tools that I've been using a lot recently are one's called Kepa. It's totally free, and basically you can go onto any listing and see how much it's been selling for over time. And yeah, I'll do another video more in depth about that later, but that one's free. Definitely look into it. And the second tool that I've been using is called How Many. It's a free Chrome extension where you can basically go onto any listing, run the extension, and it shows you how many units your competitor has in stock. So that's definitely a little hack from the 999 trick that a lot of people used to use in the past. So now that we've covered the first category of expenses, which is the tools, we're going to jump into the second category, which is the actual product prices and costs of your products. So straight off the bat, number one, you're going to need to get some barcodes. You can either use UPC barcodes or a GS1 barcode. I'm not going to go into depth about the barcodes, but basically a GS1 barcode is extremely safe. It costs $250 for a year, and then there's a maintenance fee. I personally have not used that. I just use UPC barcodes that I bought on Nationwide Barcode. So the second expense in this category is going to be your sample cost. Expect between $50 to $100 for it, but if you do end up going with a certain supplier, oftentimes you can negotiate with them and they'll deduct the price of the sample from your actual bulk order. So the third and biggest expense that you're gonna have when you're launching your first product is definitely gonna be the actual inventory itself. So if you've seen my other videos, I definitely always recommend at least 500 units for your first order. That's just because of an inventory management. I'm not gonna get into detail with that, but basically allows you some more leeway once you're getting into Amazon's pay cycle of 2-3 weeks at the beginning and then 2 weeks, so that then you can make another deposit with your supplier and minimize the time that you're out of stock. But yeah, so 500 units is definitely definitely the way to go. And it's really hard for me to give you guys an estimate as to how much it's going to cost you for the unit price of production for your product, because every product varies in terms of actual production cost. For me personally, it cost me about $5 US to produce it, but yeah, expect between anywhere from like $3 to $7, because we want to find products that are at least like at a minimum $20 to sell on Amazon, just because of your profit margins once you take into account shipping, the product price, advertising, and the actual Amazon FBA fees. If your product's too low of a price, it might be difficult to make a good profit. And if your product is actually like $1 to produce, more than likely it's not going to be a product that you can sell for like $20 and up. If it is though, that's awesome, and definitely go with it, but make sure to run the numbers. So if it's between $3 and $7 and you have 500 units, expect between $1,500 and like $3,500 for the actual cost of your inventory. And now on to the fourth one, which is going to be your shipping. Once again, it's definitely hard for me to give you guys an estimate, but for me, I personally recommend using DDP shipping, which is the shipping price that you have the least amount of work to do on your end, and it's express shipping via air. So I also made a video about that right here. Definitely check it out if you don't really understand how shipping works. But yeah, so for DDP shipping, it's $5 roughly per kilogram. And if your product's lighter, obviously it's going to be less expensive. If it's heavier, it'll be more expensive. Again, my product was about $1,500 US just to ship from China over to the US. So it's definitely a lot, but it's something that you have to calculate in your profit margins. But if it ends up working out perfect, just don't forget that shipping is going to be a big cost for you guys. Okay, so the last expense in this category is going to be the photos of your product. So if you don't have a professional camera, you're going to have to get it done by someone else, either a friend or someone on Upwork or something. And if it's not free for you guys, it's probably going to cost you anywhere between $50 to $100 depending on who you get it done by. Alright, so we're now in the last category of expenses, which is advertisement. So even if you put up a product on Amazon, more than likely you're going to make some sales, but you're also going to want to spend a significant amount of money on different forms of advertisement, whether it be in the platform with PPC, or if it's external traffic from ads like on Instagram, Facebook, or even if you want to do some like influencer marketing or something like that. Now, because this category is definitely going to vary from person to person and product to product, I'm not going to give you guys a definite answer, but I'm going to say roughly about $500 in advertisements for the launch of a new product. Reason being is PPC is probably going to be a lot more expensive than you guys think, especially if you're doing a automatic campaign to try and get your sales rank up quickly once you've launched your product. So personally, like back when I launched one of my first products, it cost me about $150 for PPC in order to get onto the first page of my product keywords. And then for my next products, I've also done a PPC in combination with some Facebook and Instagram ads in order to create an email list at the beginning and try to create really a community / brand around those products. So yeah, I spent about $250 there, and depending on if you guys do a really competitive product niche, it's gonna cost you a lot more. So definitely keep that in mind when you're pricing out the cost of your first order. Alright, so if you made it this far into the video, then I hope you guys found a lot of value into it. I tried to condense as much as possible all the different expenses that you're gonna encounter inevitably when launching your first product on Amazon. If you guys have any questions as to any of either the expenses, or if you find that I've missed anything, definitely leave a comment down below. I'll answer every one of your questions. And also, just quick things, I want to answer a question that I've been asked a lot, and that is, can I launch a product on Amazon for like under $1,000, even $500? And the short answer is definitely not. Reason being is just because you're going to use up that capital way too quickly, especially just the actual price of your inventory is more than likely going to cost a lot more than that. Even if you can find a product that is cheaper to produce and you can get it over to America for under $500, what happens if it doesn't work out? What happens if you need to spend PPC and you need to spend money on external traffic? You're gonna run out of capital extremely quickly, and you're also not gonna be able to buy more inventory as you're running out. Therefore, it's gonna take way more time to be successful with that product. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but I would definitely recommend go and get at least a couple $1,000s like I've outlined in this video to really do it correctly and do it the most effective way possible for success. So if launching a product on Amazon though is something that you've been wanting to do, definitely do it. It's possible. You can succeed with this. So yeah, good luck to you guys, and I will see you in the next video.